Thank you, Lou. Very nice. I also appreciate everybody being here, and especially those who came from long distances, including our cousins who came from all the way across the country. My favorite thing about my mom, besides her interest in everybody and her great recall of the detail of everybody's life, was her sense of humor. And I just want to share two of my favorite stories about her. And the first one seemed to be her favorite because she always asked me to tell it when people came by. And it's sweet because it's sort of a joke on her. But a lot of you may remember our governor, Bruce King, and the very unusual way he used to talk. And I used to imitate him on radio and banquets and things like that. And one day when I was living in Santa Fe, I called over here to her and I was kind of bored. I just called her up and she said hello, and I said, Miss Terr, this is Bruce King, your governor. And she says, oh, well, to what do I owe the honor of your call? And I said, well, we just like to call some of our citizens and tell them we appreciate them. And by golly, we know your whole family. We know, now, and I'm mispronouncing some of these names for authenticity. I said, we know Laura, she's a teacher up in Albuquerque, and Lewis, he's busting our drunk drivers for us, and Jim, he keeps us laughing, and Dana, she's a nurse. So by golly, we appreciate all of your kids. She says, what about Nancy? And I said, well, I don't believe I know Nancy. She says, well, she's a teacher and a darn good one, too. And I said, well, okay, thanks. Very nice talking to you. I hung up, and about 10 minutes later, I called her, and I said, Mom, that was not Bruce King. That was me. She says, oh, I wasn't taken in. But she liked the story. The other one was a report by my sister Dana when she took Mom to see Brokeback Mountain when Mom was about 90. And most of you probably remember Brokeback Mountain and what it was about. And it was in the early scene when the two cowboys were driving the herd of sheep up the mountainside, and the beautiful music and the beautiful mountains. And to my mind, and for myself, I think most people are probably a little bit nervous about when is this horrible thing going to happen first, and so on and so on. But my mom leans over to my sister, Dana, and says, I don't know why it's getting so darn hard to find lamb chops in the grocery store. I've got a million of those. Anyway, I loved her for her humor.